All right, let's go into some. Well, I'm going to talk about question and answers, but I want to let you know about some debt that's being released from the bank, well-known bank. W starts with a W. F. WF are their initials. I don't want to say the name because it'll get the video banned. $3 million in credit card debt. Charge-off date 2009. Average balance is $5,100. $5,100. They're selling the whole portfolio. It's a national portfolio for $3,000. So if you get one person that does not understand their rights, that they don't have to pay this debt, uh, it would get their money plus some money back. So be very alert. Be very careful when you receive demand letters from debt collectors. You need to First thing you need to do is look at when how old that debt is. If it's not on your credit report, it's potentially that this would not even be on someone's credit report anymore. And the way that they're going to get it placed back on there is if a person doesn't respond to the 30-day demand letter. But first thing you should do is look at the charge off date on your credit reports, and if it's past the statute of limitations for your state, for credit card debt. And if you go to my website, thecreditrepairshop.com, you can see in the fourth column, if you go to my blog, type in statute of limitations, and you'll see in the fourth column of the chart that I have, that's pertaining to credit card debt. Some regular debt statute of limitations is longer than it is for statute of limitations for credit card debt. It can be a little bit shorter in your state. Some states match, some states go a little bit shorter. There's another portfolio that they're selling from the same bank, $2 million. They're selling it for $2,000. That's pennies on a dollar. Average account is $4,700. So you can see why someone would want to be a debt collector would potentially want to buy this portfolio and try to go after people that used to owe this money because none of this debt is legal. So now let's get into some question and answers. Um, you had one yesterday. Went to one of my sales reps. They were asking and about trade line authorized user trade lines. When we sold them, was there a guarantee that the person wasn't going to have late payment? Absolutely, yes. It's going to be guaranteed no late payments. Uh, if you've done that before with someone, maybe a relative or a friend, they're not in the business of doing authorized trade lines, and so they're using their credit card for themselves as recreational. Uh, we use them for business. This is strictly for business to get a certain score, number one, for ourselves, and then number two, because we know we're going to place customers on those trade lines for our customers. We got another one here. Should a person send letters to the bureaus or the debt collectors first? You should send it to both of them. Before COVID happened, what we would do is we would send it to the bureaus first, and then we would do uh, uh, after we got that first round of results, where we would see what debt collectors are going to be active. We would go back around and send them to the furnishers because of the 60 to 90-day waiver that the credit reporting agencies have right now due to COVID. We have started doing that both on the first round. So we go one way with the bureaus, the other way to the furnishers. And but I want to warn people about that strategy. Not warn you in a bad way. I just want to make you aware. I want to make you aware when you use that strategy, you must be ready to be full force with credit repair. When we sell our service, we tell people that we use an 8 point validation system and we use a phase two settlement system. When we say phase two, when the sales rep describes it in the way it's described, on my website is that anything that is validated, you must be prepared to go to settlement. And a lot of people, not a, I don't like, why, I don't know why I say a lot, but some people are not prepared to go into a settlement phase. They would rather just keep trying to dispute stuff and see what can fall off. That's an individual that is not really ready for credit repair. They're ready to just elude. If you're going to be 100% engaged in credit repair, which is what we do here, is that once the disputing and the validation is complete, the next phase, which is phase two, is to go into a settlement phase. And there are some clients of ours that seem to have forgot sometimes what was told to them, and they don't want to settle anything. And sometimes that ends up being an upset customer. But we're always upfront. You can go to my website and you can see that. If you're not interested in finishing your credit repair stuff, don't become a customer of our company, because what we do is we're going to go with the bureaus, we're going to go with the furnishers, and that's going to eventually meet somewhere at some point where it's either going to be removed, and when we want removal, we want it to be removed for good. That's why we go to the furnishers, to get some type of acknowledgement from them that they're going to not come after you and try to put it back on your credit again. Not that one. They might try to sell it to someone else, and they might try to go through the process again. But we don't want you to go through the process again with the company or the debt collector that we just got removed. Here's another question. Has a loan with Santander. She feels that she's paid for the vehicle twice. She's uh, been paying for, let's see here, original price was $13,000, but came out to be $30,000. She's been paying more. She's feel that she's paid more than twice of what the car was worth. And what should she do? Again, with Santander, if you don't notice, Santander entered into a multi-state settlement where they're going to pay people a small $237 settlement if they've repossessed their car. They're supposed to also take any negative information off of their credit reports, and they're also supposed to do debt deficient uh, forgiveness on the debt deficiency, on the repo debt deficiency. So if it's with a debt collector, or if they still have it, they're supposed to erase that debt. And for the people that had their vehicles, some people were going to get their vehicles paid for. They were going to give them the title. They have not. They don't have a structured way that they're doing it. Some people have logged into their accounts, and it just said you don't owe a monthly payment, and we're going to be sending you the title. Some people have gotten it in the mail. It has not happened all at the same time. It's happened over a period of time, starting really last month, or the end of August is when we started seeing people report that. What I advise you to do, if you don't get any relief that's directly from them, file a complaint with the Consumer Finance Protection Bureau about your loan. File a complaint on Santander. File a complaint with the dealer if you feel that the dealer did something wrong, because that's also in the settlement on how they're going to move forward. Like, a lot of people, for some reason, are not reading the settlement 100%. Is that inside of the settlement, it had a part for how they're going to supposed to be moving forward. And so, if you are not going to get relief where they're going to give you your vehicle, but your vehicle has been repoed, you can get relief. You just have to push, push, and push with your demand letters. Uh, on the other side, if you have the vehicle, what you have to do is you have to push from where you're at, which is sending complaints to them, send a demand to them, send it to your attorney general. Uh, and when I say complaint, you got to file a complaint with the Consumer Finance Protection Bureau. This is like the agency of the government that regulates them. Also, send a complaint with your state regulators because they license them to do business in your state. This is what you have to do. The people that make the noise are the ones that's going to get something that is going to happen because they want to be done with this. They want to just be able to move forward and make more loans. They don't want to deal with any noise, and so they're if you make enough noise and you end up pushing the right button and getting your complaint in front of the right people, they could just say, let's just deal with this person and be done with it. And they've done that on individual basis. Like on one of my videos, I showed you where on individual basis where they uh, did court settlements with individuals. So let's go to the next one. Someone said I need to be more fluid when I talk, and I'm looking at the video that they were looking at. I can agree with that. That video was from years ago. Uh, I think, well, probably a couple of years ago. I'm getting a little bit better on her, but I'm not going to be making like this some big production or something. That is not going to be me. It's not going to be like some big production. So the next thing is, do you have an email? Yes, we have an email, and I'll put that on here. Type. It'll be support at the credit repair shop.com. You can also go to my website and uh, do a live chat. Keep in mind if you have questions, please be clear and concise that you're a YouTube viewer because my employees they really have to focus on people that are already customers. And what I tell them to do is to get those questions to me so I can answer them. So I thank you for that. Uh, let's see here. Someone said that they're also in the industry and they said that their customers are having delays. You have a few things going against the processing. Right now, you have mail delays. Unless you live under a rock, you see what's going on with with the mail delays. And this is not it's not just something fake. I get my wife gets medications in the mail, and they have been delayed 7 to 10 days. And if you know the history about my wife's condition, there's one medication that she has to get, and that medication it costs $11,000 a month. And if she does not, she cannot skip one day without that medication for her heart, or she will go into cardiac arrest. And yes, they always make sure that she has a little bit extra, but when they would do the extra, they would have make sure that she had 7 days extra because they would give time for the mail. Before this happened, now this in like the 7 days was just like a buffer, but now it's really getting serious because that 7 days is like a guaranteed delay now, and sometimes it could be up to 10 days longer. Okay, let's see here. Um, Someone said that they got Santander removed off of their credit reports, and they got them off, and they just didn't want to deal with them and have to worry about them ever again. And also, I had a call from a guy from Indiana. I can't remember your name. He got our demand letters. He did the do-it-yourself demand letters, and that link is below here also. He got it removed off his credit reports. He said that it was still sitting on one credit report, and he also had made a call to Santander, and they had told him that the debt had been sold to a collection agency. And he asked me what he should do, and I said, well, you need to use the demand letter, but you're just sending it the to the debt collector because everything else is, the demand is the same. It's just that you're sending it to another party. Uh, Someone here said that they got a Midland Credit Union small claims court again. They filed a small claims against them in Georgia. They claim that they are an assignee of Capital One, and it's not Midland Credit Union. It's Midland, unless they going by another name. That's Midland, the collection agency. Midland Capital is what they go by in some states. And they said that they're an assignee of Capital One, but Capital One charged off 2 years ago. Yeah, any tips of what, and they filed a case 7 days ago. I didn't get served yet, didn't get any notifications. Yes, what you should do right away is that when you get the court summons, or if you already know that Midland has it and you got their information and their name and everything, is use the demand the debt validation letter that I give away for free. It's below this video. Use that letter and submit it to them, because this could potentially get them to stop uh, coming after you for this lawsuit. Because number one, they're saying that they're an assignee. They're really not an assignee. They purchased the debt, or they are an assignee from another debt collection company. Let's see here. Someone here, they bought a truck for Santander, 22% interest. It's over 19%. They got 22% interest. It's killing me. Santander has beat around the bush. What you can do in this process is you can submit to them to try to get that renegotiated. Forgiveness, I don't know. You got it. You can do what I told the person to do earlier, which is to file the complaint with the Consumer Finance Protection Bureau, file a complaint with the whoever does the banking regulations, lending regulations in your state, file a complaint with the state attorney general's office, and send a demand letter and copies of the complaints to Santander. And at minimum, what I think that they would do is they would probably give you a call and try to renegotiate your loan. Someone here said, Steve, is it too late to send the letter if you already have a court date? To send the demand letter, yes. But what you want to do, if but you're using some of the same information that's in that response letter to the demand letter from the debt collector. You're using some of the information, but what you're doing now, because you have a court date, is you have that court summons or citation, and you need to answer all of the allegations or the statements. They've got either numbers or letters going down, and some of them may be simply just asking your name and address, and you just say that you don't dispute that. But when it gets to the part about what you owe, that is the part that you need to dispute. Number one, you need to dispute it because you don't know if it's true. Now, other part number two is you need to dispute it because you don't know if this person, this company, has a legal right to even come after you for that debt. And you have a right to get the original contract, all types of stuff. You have a right, if you don't ask for it, they're not going to give it to you, and they're going to get an easy judgment. Please refer to my videos on how to answer court summons and citations. Uh, let's see here. Someone said that I'm a subscriber, but YouTube has stopped sending out notifications. Why? I don't know why, but thank you for letting me know. But I don't know. Oh yeah, you got to hit the bell. I think what they were doing. Yeah, I want to remind people, hit the bell so you can be notified. Because if you don't, YouTube won't let you know that I put out a new video. So yeah, you do have to do that. Hit the notification bell so you can be notified of any new videos that I have. Uh, okay, well that's going to do it. If you need help with your credit, please visit thecreditrepairshop.com. If you need your reports, credit reports and scores, please visit the number 3 scores.com. I really appreciate it. That's one way that I help support the channel. If you need the debt validation slash demand letter response letter or the statute of limitations letter, click below this video. There's a link where you can get that demand letter and that the statute of limitations response letter if the debt is past statute of limitations. Uh, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to the channel. Uh, please post your questions and comments, and I'm going to be answering a lot of them by doing videos. It's a lot easier that way. And uh, just thank you for your time. And until next time, this is Stephen Williams, founder and president of thecreditrepairshop.com. Thank you.